Shorty wanna blow me, then bro me. She told me that I gotta keep it low key. Somebody got a cuff like the police. That's why she always acting like the homie. Shorty wanna blow me, then bro me. She told me that I gotta keep it low key. Somebody got a cuff like the police. So she come around acting like the homie. I just wanna get right to it. Look. No introductions, no interruptions. When I roll into functions, just know that it's tucked in, like I wore a tux in. Say hello to Justin. Justin for making something out of nothing. Mama told me I'm a star. Them haters said I wasn't. Now I'm looking at a mugging from a V-dozen shrugging. Feeling like McLovin, I'm becoming a conundrum. These dum-dums forgot where I come from. There's nothing that we run from. BK, niggas know the status. Got like 2 spots in the top 3 rappers. It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper. Rest in peace. How did you feel when Pun passed away? Because I kind of expected that to be the biggest disappointment.
Well, yeah, that. So I sell loud to Sony. And I went from a staff of the most creative, brilliant people. 40 people who were just like, can you imagine like all of you guys starting a label, working at a label, and just like the debating and just being here until you guys got it right, and you all came and you all marched in unity.
Right.
I went from this staff to 300 people to a woman, I didn't even know what human resources was, to a woman calling me Mr. Rifkind, who was older than me. And like there were quarterly numbers, weekly numbers, this, that, whatever. And I was like, I'm done. And I decided to go to Hawaii and get my head together.
Okay, you said there were quarterly numbers, weekly numbers.
It became a corporate company.
It was just.
It went from that loud to motherfuckers smoking a blunt in the hallway.
It's not fun no more.
To like, I got to do a quarterly number, a weekly number. I got to do a board call. This the business of the music came into it instead of the music of the business. So me, my wife, and I only had 1 child at the time, went to Hawaii. And I decided I was going to retire. And I wrote Tommy Mottola a letter saying I'm done. And I was going to live in Hawaii for a year. And people at that time also started counting my money, which I wasn't used to. And
in what way?
Like there was an article saying I was worth whatever the fuck I was worth, which
200 million.
Something like that, right?
It's in there right now.
Yeah. So and I'm like, why would somebody put that in there? And just like at the end of the fucking day, let me just have privacy. Then I started getting death threats and just like some real stupid shit. And it's like I started walking around with security, this, that, or whatever, and just like, man, I wasn't having fun. So I said, let's stay here for 6 months. And I FedExed. I said, can you FedEx this letter? And I'm playing tennis. And the only person who knows that I'm in Hawaii is my mother. Right? And I didn't fly. I flew privately. Like, I mean, I didn't go under my name. So if somebody's calling me, somebody died. I'm not thinking Pun. I'm thinking just somebody in my family. and it's Rich. And he goes, it looks like Pun's dead. I said, Rich, either you're dead or you're not dead. And he says, you're right. I said, where's everybody? I said, Joe's at that. So I called Joe, and Pun was dead. And I broke down like a fucking 2-year-old. And I went to I'm talking to Joe, and I'm in my villa or whatever the fuck, whatever you want to call it. And I said, who knows? They said, nobody. I said, Angie's going on the air in 2 minutes. I said, he goes, I can't call. I said, I'm going to call her and tell her. So I called Angie, and I just booked this house or villa or whatever the fuck it was for 6 months. Like, I wasn't going home. Mm-hmm. And I'm dealing with Sony. Like, I went back into work mode, and I told my mom, get me a plane. I'm flying back to LA. I was strapping my wife, my ex-wife, and my son off, and whoever from the loud office in LA wanted to jump on the plane with me back to New York. And the second I landed, my publicist and my brother with me, and we went straight to Joe's house. He was living, I guess, right off in Jersey, but off the river. Mm. And I remember just crying the whole fucking plane ride home from Hawaii to LA.
Rest in peace, Pun.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Pun.
How was it when Prodigy passed? I know he wasn't on the label.
So when Prodigy passed, my daughter was taking her road test. We all have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly everybody.
All right. So do you guys have kids who drive yet? Or like, right?
Yeah. Terrifies me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my daughter, I'm not scared of much. I'm scared of God, and I'm scared of my daughter. That's it. Right. So she's living in LA, but she wanted to drive earlier. So she goes to Florida to take her road test. So me and Rich are best friends. Like, we grew up together. Like, we lived around the corner from each other. And I'm in Florida waiting for her to come back. She's literally taking the test, and he keeps on calling like 5 times in a row. I'm like, this is not good. Mm. So his father passed 3 weeks before my dad passed, and it was 6 weeks after I had the heart attack. So again, in my mind, somebody died. And it was, he was Prodigy's death. And she's walking in from the road test, and my knees are buckling, and it's after my heart attack. And I'm like, and she went like this. So I knew, like, she passed.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we dealt with that.
Yeah.
That hurt, because me and Prodigy we were so fucking close. Like, he would call, he goes, our oldest kids were pretty much, my son, I think, was like a year older than his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But he would have to come to the office, do artwork, check, whatever it was. And he goes, hey, you bringing your son to the office today? I'm like, not so our kids could play, knowing that I had a nanny, that the nanny could watch his daughter too. Right.
Right.
I'm like, what time you want them there? And that's what
You guys had that dust up over his solo album.
It wasn't really I read about that stuff. We only had one argument our whole entire life. And it wasn't over his solo record. And I wasn't even there in person. I was on the phone. It was off the Infamy album.
What was the issue?
Corporate shit. He wanted to come now, and I wanted to push it. But it was the Mobb Deep record, not the.
It was. I think. What's name was supposed to be his first single. He said. Quiet Storm was supposed to be his first single of his solo record, but because of some kind of jumbling of the schedule, he ended up having to go with Keep It Thorough instead of.
So he first did. Yeah, we called it White Lines, but.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was his record originally. Mm-hmm. But I have no idea why. I never went into the studio. Chris, let him rest in peace, was managing him. So I don't know if we needed a first single. Don't forget, Quiet Storm, again, part 2, not part 1. Right? So I don't know, like, I wasn't in that meeting. With that. So, but it was the remix with Kim and we could have, that
yeah.
It wasn't the original.
Right.
How did you feel the first time you heard the takeover? And did you know what was going on between Jay and Mobb Deep back then?
To this day, I still don't know what the fuck happened. like I said, I just.
Philly, BEATZ.
I mean, y'all hearing what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Take a lot for a nigga to get inspired, man. So much bullshit out the day, man. So much bubble gum. You know what I'm saying? I be having to get the urge to get in this bitch, man. You know
Sometimes you gotta let that thing ride, man. You know what I mean? Rushing this shit.
like waking up sluggish from a long night, had to go to the gym. I still get it in, get the reps.
Yeah. Rolling woods in my neck to keep it echoing. And my ethic is catch a movie, kill the editor, bully the bullies, prey on the predator, smoke that premium. Niggas ain't regular, get it and whipping it, flipping it, accelerate. Lecture sliding through in the Tesla, handle the rock like the professor. Felt the pressure for the lesser, everything coming together. So relentless, more endeavors, hustling more than ever. Better get yours together, fucking them whores together. Catching you and your boys together. Good connection with God, put you and the Lord together. Heaven gates, nigga.